Welcome, fellow nerds, to Project Nerds Now Streaming, the newest podcast from Project Nerds Podcast Network. If you're checking this out on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or other audio-only avenues, definitely give us a subscribe, as you can also pick up I'm Not Famous and the Nerdcast from these channels. But if you want to catch all the video accompanying this podcast and the others, head on over to YouTube for Project Nerd and subscribe there as well. This episode of Now Streaming has all the goodness that's coming to you this December on Netflix, Amazon, HBO, and other networks. All video accompanying this podcast is, of course, copyright protected by the individual owners, and none of the streaming services pay Project Nerd for endorsements on any of the movies or television shows featured on this episode. Now let's dive into what you can now catch online in December. The month gets started with HBO dropping the hit classic Dave on December 1st. Dave follows Dave Kovich, played by the versatile Kevin Kline, as a normal man who suddenly has the chance to be president. Dave is HBO's attempt to get our minds away from real politics with a lighthearted comedy that takes place in the White House. On December 8th, Ready Player One drops to HBO and its streaming services, just in time for family movie night this holiday season. Ready Player One is based on Ernest Cline's best-selling novel of the same name and is directed by Steven Spielberg. It received mixed reviews, but many nerds found it fun either way. Also available this month on HBO is Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs, dropping Saturday, December 22nd, just in time for your Christmas holiday. Isle of Dogs tells the story of 12-year-old Atari, who travels from Megasaki City to Trash Island to find his dog after all dogs have been exiled from the main city. The movie features a huge all-star cast, including Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, Bryan Cranston, Scarlett Johansson, Edward Norton, and if you like other Wes Anderson films, you'll sure love Isle of Dogs. You can find 14 other feature films or specials dropping to HBO's streaming service this month, including Get 'Em to the Greek, The Hangover, He's Just Not That Into You, Inception, The Land Before Time, and of course the premieres of Pete Holmes' Dirty Clean and Bleed Out. Over on Amazon, you can find Season 2 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as of December 5th. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel won 8 Emmy Awards for its first season. Now it's back for Season 2. The show follows Midge Maisel as she continues her efforts to break into stand-up comedy in the late 1950s. On December 21st, the Amazon original series Vanity Fair Season 1 will also be available, but there are a whole set of amazing movies that you can find this month on Amazon, including Groundhog Day, All the President's Men, A Fish Called Wanda, The Black Stallion, Hereditary, The Game, Mars Attacks, Iron Man 2, A Clockwork Orange, The Dark Crystal, and The Firm. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, Amazon's streaming service is available to you now. Hulu is set to have a very busy December with a number of movies also premiering over on that streaming service. Initially, right off the bat on December 1st, you can find a great set of movies, many that you found on Amazon as well, but also Gangs of New York, Little Miss Sunshine, Requiem for a Dream, and The Shawshank Redemption. December 1st also gives you 24 seasons 1 through 9 available for streaming immediately. Premiering, though, later in the month is Marvel's Runaways Season 2. The group of runaway teens and their newfound superpowers are not only on the run, but are trying to figure out if their parents are truly evil. Based on the best-selling comic series written by Brian K. Vaughan, Runaways returns to Hulu on December 21st. Netflix has also announced a very busy December of both original content and new movies you can find. Remember, all of Marvel's content will soon be gone from Netflix, so if you want to check out those movies, including the Avengers Infinity War dropping at the end of December, make sure you do it soon. New for Netflix is Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, dropping on December 7th. The director and motion capture master Andy Serkis's take on the original Jungle Book story is premiering as a Netflix exclusive. Follow Mowgli, who is adopted by wolves and struggles with his precarious place in the pack. Also dropping December 7th is Netflix's fan-favorite series, Nailed It! Holiday Edition. That's right, Nailed It! Is back for a whole holiday series that includes edible nativity scenes and other disastrous creations from those people that just don't know how to bake. The food may taste okay, but it doesn't look that great. A week later, Netflix is back with another holiday special, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, A Midwinter's Tale. The huge hit, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, that dropped in October on Netflix, is back for its holiday special, but be sure you watch Season 1 beforehand, because A Midwinter's Tale takes place immediately after the happenings of Season 1. December 14th also brings Alfonso Cuarón's Roma to Netflix. Roma is Netflix's attempt at getting Academy Award nomination for Best Picture, as it follows a live-in domestic worker for a middle-class family in Mexico City. It is said to be an autobiographical interpretation of the Oscar-winning director Cuarón's own childhood from the 1970s. While the Academy voters are taking a look at Roma, you have the chance to see it too. Another highly anticipated premiere on Netflix this month is happening on Christmas Day with Watership Down. Based on the Richard Adams novel of the same name, this new Netflix limited series takes a little bit different direction than the original 1978 animated adaptation. Watership Down is fun for the whole family, but can be a tearjerker at times, so be ready to grab those Kleenex. Some other fun Netflix-only series this month include Ellen DeGeneres' Relatable and the Bill Murray stories Life Lessons Learned from a Mythical Man. Ellen DeGeneres' special drops on December 18th and the Bill Murray one on December 31st. Fans of The Magicians can finally catch Season 3 on the streaming service, as well as Netflix brings a whole list of movies this month, including 8 Mile, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Hellboy, Shaun of the Dead, The Big Lebowski, The Lobster, Tidelands, Baby Mama, and much, much more. For a full list of what's available, head on over to projectnerd.com and check out this post to catch everything that's coming to all the streaming services in December. If you have feedback on the show, whether it be format, content, or my terrible voice, please let us know over at Project Nerd, YouTube, or Podbean, or any other place you can leave us comments. Again, check us out via our podcast network, click subscribe, and head on over to YouTube, also click subscribe. Until next month, keep streaming.